It's a strange, strange game. You don't even know my real name. How was that?
I thought Mick Jagger was here in the room with us.
Indistinguishable, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Grim did not like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. We have our cats in here with us. They're just, hanging out. They promised they were going to be really good, and I believe them. Micah never believes our cats when they promise to be really good, and she always says, "Kick them out, fuck them." That's like her slogan, basically. Kick them out, fuck them. And I'm like, no, let them eat cake. And Micah says, kick them out, fuck them. Right?
That's because they never keep their promises. And Brayden's always like, did you know that 100% of the time that you let cats in, they'll be good?
No,
What do you say?
I don't say that.
You've said something like that to me.
I mean, I probably referenced that one gambling meme where, like, did you know that 100% of people who quit gambling quit right before they hit it big? 100% of people that kick cats out of their rooms kick them out right before they're perfect angels.
Except that ever since we've moved and the cats have all this space to run around in, they have not been good.
They've been so good.
They've had one good night each in the 3 months we've lived here.
No, that's ridiculous because you never give them a chance.
I've given them plenty of chances.
What? You've given them 2 chances and they both had a good night? That's pretty good.
No. They each had 2 chances, and no, they had like 10
And okay,
chances.
so 50%.
No, they had like 10 chances,
did
and they were
not.
good one time.
All right, well, I don't know why I let you derail us like this. It wasn't my fault. It's probably my fault. Anyways, we are going to talk about Slow Horses Season 2. Should we give a synopsis, really? Because we already talked about what this show is. Do you want to maybe give like a season synopsis? Yeah, do that.
Okay, so this is what it says online. Okay, so we already did season 1, so this might contain spoilers for season 1 because
Ooh, wait, but this is interesting. I'm going to derail us again. Does it really say that online? Because what you got is AI. That's from Gemini, which can be different. If you were to Google it again, you might get a different answer.
I was just giving a general disclaimer.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to dig into, is it really online if only you are seeing exactly what you're seeing?
I literally looked up what is season 2 about, and it gave me a synopsis.
All right, never mind. Micah doesn't want to have this discussion.
No. So apparently this season, so these Slow Horses was based off of books, and apparently this season is based off of the novel by Mick Herron. It's called Dead Lions, focusing on a network of old Russian agents called cicadas living in Britain, their resurgence threatening a catastrophe in London, and the Slough House team trying to stop them. And then a bunch of stuff happens that I don't want to spoil. That's basically what the season's about.
Okay. And it's really good. I felt like we were on board with Slow Horses by the end of season 1, and we were revved and ready for season 2. And then we hit the play button, goddammit, and we watched it, and we watched it good, and we loved it, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did you like about it?
Again, the same as season 1. I think this show does such a good job of building anticipation and building anxiety. And as we know from season 1, this show is not afraid to kill main characters,
Oh yeah,
main cast people.
I forgot about that.
And knowing that going into season 2 and some of the things that happen, you're like, I'm going to die.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna put that meme in?
I don't know.
Help! Anyone? I'm going to die.
But it's nerve-wracking because you're just wondering who's it gonna be.
Because they will. You know they will.
Mm-hmm.
You know they're gonna kill somebody. They always do.
Yeah, based off of one
Off
season.
of one season. Well, I'm saying this with the hindsight of 3 seasons under my belt now.
Yeah.
And they always do. They always do. I'm looking through my notes. I didn't really write much that isn't spoilery, but I do have one that's kind of mean, and I'm debating whether I should even read it. What's Guy's first name? the agent,
Louisa.
Louisa. I wrote, "Guy's fingers are fucked up."
Yeah, that's kind of mean.
Must be why she's in Slough House. JK, JK, JK. I'm sorry. That
That's
was,
really
yeah,
mean.
that was like, I was in just a mood where I just wanted to write something terrible for some reason. Even though
Well, you accomplished it.
even though I don't really mean that. I don't really mean that.
How often do you get into these moods?
Huh? Not very often.
Hmm.
Maybe more than you think.
So which is it?
Not very often,
Okay.
as you think. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Already talked about that. I like how everyone in Slough House is somewhat decent sometimes at their jobs, but Lamb is just levels above them. He just has way more experience, and I think he's more of a natural than everybody else, too.
Mm-hmm.
They do add 2 new characters this season to fill the void left by that poor exiled Scottish man and the guy that died. And these characters are lovingly referred to by Lamb as Scratch and Sniff because one of them has a gambling problem,
The other one has.
a
Are we allowed to say
substance
that?
problem. Substance?
Yeah, but it's a specific substance.
She has a substance problem. They're pretty good. Sniff is played by Esme, who was in Peaky Blind. I just keep calling her Esme. I don't really know. Shirley, that's her name in this
Yeah,
show.
Shirley.
Shirley is played by the same actress that played Esme in Peaky Blinders, who is John's wife, the gypsy wife that he takes and cleaves onto. Do you like that?
Cleaves onto.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Dialogue standoff scenes are really sharply written sometimes. There's an example in season 2 that will. I think we can talk about it now.
Mm-hmm.
I remember pausing the show and like turning to Micah, and I was like, "This is how you write a verbal standoff and make it sound smart and but like make it followable, but make it sound smart." I paused and I said that. I said those words to her, but they sounded way better in the moment.
Yeah, right now it sounds kind of not
Not
good.
good. Basically the
Name that quote.
oh my god, that's Seinfeld.
Saying it for the people.
Oh shit. Sorry, I forget I said that.
I'm keeping it.
Basically Standish, who's sort of the secretary of the office, very just polite, nice, seemingly frail, seemingly kind of unintelligent woman, is meeting this guy and she's trying to get information out of him, and he is kind of a dick and very smug.
Stop talking like that.
He's very smug and he's very superior and he plays chess. And everybody that plays chess is always very smug and superior, right, Micah?
Mm-hmm.
And
Have you seen that meme where it's like when you try to play chess with someone that knows and you do one move and they're like, that's from this Russian versus American game in 1962. That was such a dumb move.
at what point are you just a fucking nerd? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I play soccer. Someone does a move. I saw Maradona do that in the 1984 game against
Yeah.
Switzerland. You think I don't know where you're going with that?
I've already won the game based off of your opening move.
And you'd be like, and the person you're playing against would be like, I just did a dribble.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Off. That's what they'd say.
Yeah.
Just like how Micah, talks to our cats. Just kidding. Micah's not
Okay.
mean to our cats.
What were you saying about the game? He was kind of smug and
Yeah, and she's trying to get information out of him, and she's not very full of guile. I don't remember exactly how the scene goes. Damn, this is gonna be a hard thing to sell to you now that I'm making stuff up, kind of. Essentially, she's trying to trade information with him, and he makes her a deal. You give me a piece of information that he wants. He says this to her, and I'll tell you something about what you want to know. And she gives him a story, basically, about herself, and gets really personal. Tells him basically everything he could have asked for. And then he tells her something very vague, not very helpful. And she's like, "What? No, that's not good enough." And he's like, "That was the deal. You didn't word it carefully enough. I'm not gonna trade a queen for a pawn. If I'm gonna trade a queen, you need to give me 2 rooks a knight and whatever." and I'm not making this sound so good, but it was really, really cool in the moment. And I liked, them sitting across from the chessboard. You can see the pieces. They've already sort of been talking about chess, and then the conversation bleeds into this espionage conversation. And you've got that literal physical personification of the metaphor right in front of you as he's telling her, feeding her this shit and not giving her what she wants. I just thought it was really good. I really liked that. Did you like it too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're really helping me.
You're welcome. I liked how twisty and turny this season was.
Mm-hmm.
It really, I don't know if I've said this before. I oftentimes enjoy trying to guess what the ending is because I don't always like to be surprised. So sometimes I just like to figure it out so that I can kind of look forward to if I'm right or not. And I had no idea where this was going.
Yeah. No,
There
I
was
didn't either.
there was so much going on, and during the season, River Cartwright is sent into the field, and he's undercover as a journalist in this small town, and he's trying to figure out if there is a Russian agent there.
He knows because
So he's trying to figure out who it is.
the incite I don't remember if this was in your summary, but the inciting incident of the season is a former MI5 agent is found dead on a bus, and Lamb does not believe that
It
it
was
was
a
an
a
accident.
heart attack, like people
Right,
say.
right. And they end up tracking this Russian guy via CCTV and other means to this town that Cartwright is going to infiltrate and figure out what's going on. So that's Cartwright's mission, to find the hitman, who they believe is the hitman. I'm gonna call him Agent 47 from now on. Fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Because he's bald
Yeah,
and
and
a
he's
hitman.
big.
Yeah, and a hitman.
And so while River is in this small town, he starts talking to people, and Brandon and I the whole time were like, it has to be so and so. But I don't know. It could be this other person.
I was, yeah, they make it seem very much like it's one person.
Yeah.
So much so that I was like, I think this is a false flag.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be someone else.
But then trying to figure out who it actually was interesting.
I felt like we were pretty confident about who.
Yeah, but we weren't for sure.
No, yeah, that's true.
Because I wouldn't have been surprised if they were like pushing so hard for this one person and we were like, no, it can't be that person. So then we thought it was this other person and then it really was that first person.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if they had done that, I would have been like, you sneaky dog.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm in. Did you hope that River would fall in love with the folksy provincial town girl?
Eh,
No?
I didn't really care.
Okay.
She had too healthy of a relationship with her parents. It's not relatable.
Nice. That's out of control.
Anyways, should we go to spoilers?
I have another note. Ho is kind of unlikable.
Who was such a dick?
I don't.
No.
I don't really like him. There's certain things that some British people do that just drive me crazy for whatever reason. And Ho's accent and the way that he talks drives me crazy. I hate it. Let me see if I can imitate it. Right. Well, I'm. No, that's not right. He like slurs his words to a ridiculous degree, and I'm like, dude. And also, close your damn mouth. He always has his mouth open. You know what I mean? Like I want to freaking throw a Tic Tac in there, make him choke on a Tic Tac, shut him up. Also, his breath probably smells too, so he could really use one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, I don't really like Ho as a character. I don't find him endearing. I don't find him very likable. So I guess that's a knock. Anything else before we move on to spoilers?
Was it season 1 or season 2? It was season 1 where, who was it? River shows up at Ho's apartment.
Yeah.
And Ho is like, how'd you find me? I changed my address in the database or whatever. And River's like, Lamb followed you home.
He told everybody where you lived.
Yeah.
Because of course he did.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Lamb thing to do.
He followed you home.
Yeah. Oh, the one of the best jokes actually that Lamb has made happens in like the first episode of this season. So River is interviewing at like a private security firm, and he doesn't want anybody to know about it because that's awkward or whatever. And he gets back, and it turns out that Lamb found out about it. And it's because this security firm called him for a reference. Apparently, he gave a good reference for Cartwright, for River Cartwright. And then River's like, well, I'm not going to work there anyway, so it's fine. I don't want to. And then Lamb's like, oh, and we got your parting gift all sorted. What am I supposed to do with this? And he opens a drawer and then takes something out of the drawer, and it's just a middle finger. And that joke is so like played out in movies and TV, but I just like that he opened a drawer to get it and then just flips them off. That was a good joke. I
Yeah.
like that one a lot. Let's rate it. How about?
Okay.
I think I gave season 2 or season 1 like an 8.5 out of 10. I really just enjoyed this one. Apart from Ho being annoying as hell, I think I'd give this one a 9. I'd give this one a 9 Cartwrights out of 10. Name that reference, by the way. What am I referencing when I say Cartwright?
I think I said this in last week's episode, but I just feel like this show keeps building for me. I
Mm-hmm.
just enjoy it more and more. And same thing, I gave this an 8.5 last week, and I gave season 1 an 8.5. And I think I'm also going to give season 2 a 9.
Mm. Pretty good.
A 9, riding your bikes through London out of 10.
Yeeks. We did that, but it did not end the way that it ends in this season.
No. We had fun. We had a fun time.
So,
Spoilers.
spoiler time now. Do you want to just to say it?
Yeah, so Min Harper dies.
Yeah. The one who's dating Louisa Guy
Yeah.
and
And
had the broken Coldplay CD in his car from season 1.
it was really sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
I kept hoping that it was not real,
But
that he
it,
wasn't actually dead.
but it was real.
Yeah. And the crazy thing was, so during this season, Louisa and Min are doing security. It's a super complicated thing to explain, so I'm not going to.
There's too much that's so complicated to explain. So
Right.
you're kind of getting vagaries with our spoilers today.
Right. So basically, Louisa and Min are doing security for this meeting between Spider and a Russian. And so Louisa and Min are dealing with Russian bodyguards while they're doing this security sweep and all that.
Yeah.
Min, long story short, ends up hanging out with the Russians by himself. Again, long story short, he sees someone he's not supposed to see while he's there at their apartment, and they kill him.
Yeah. And they make it look like
a car accident.
That's one thing that didn't make sense to me. So I have a list that says not make sensey,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll talk about it. I guess I'm starting now.
Okay.
But the dogs investigate the death. First of all, why are the dogs investigating it? That's the police's purview.
Yeah, I don't know.
Secondly, they rule it as just a hit. He was hit by a car. But when they go back and show how he died, he was strangled.
Yeah.
He was strangled and somebody injected him with poison as well via his little poison ring. Agent 47 injected him with his little poison ring. What coroner misses the fact that his trachea is probably bruised or broken and there's this little puncture hole? How does he miss that?
I have no idea.
Ditto for the guy that died on the bus.
That one, I don't know if they would have done an autopsy for, would they?
You don't think so?
No, they did because they knew that it was a heart attack.
Yeah. Like how do you not see that there's a little prick?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was on his shoulder, that guy, because
Yeah.
he's rubbing his shoulder in the CCTV camera. Anyway, that not makes sense a little bit, but it was sad, is the point. And then this sends Louisa into a downward spiral, which will continue in season 3.
Okay, what else is on your list of not make sensey?
Okay, so at a certain point, Agent 47 is hunting down Ho and Shirley on a train, and he gets the better of them, and they're in one of the bathrooms on the train, and Agent 47 has them at his mercy, basically, and he closes the door to the bathroom and shoots like 3 times into the bathroom with his silenced pistol, and then he walks off the train. Why not just shoot them where they are
Then close the door.
and then close the door? Why did you need to close the door?
Yeah.
That was, and obviously he didn't kill them because that's the excuse of why they didn't die. They were hiding on the floor and he didn't kill them. But I thought that was dumb. I was like, why?
Can you think of anything like? Well, you probably can, but I just think like the train bathroom floor is like one of the nastiest places.
Porta potty.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like train like in Europe, train bathrooms are the grossest thing.
They're pretty gross.
There's just pee all over the ground all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, and it's me. I go in there and I just piss everywhere. The other things, so Katinsky tips off Lamb at a certain point. He calls Lamb, basically fesses up to the fact that he's the one behind this. He really shouldn't have done that
I
because,
think he was getting cocky.
yeah, maybe there are a few things like the first season where, because of how many avenues this story tries to traverse, you're left with questions and things that kind of just don't make a lot of sense, but maybe they do. Maybe it's explained better in the book, and maybe it would be explained well by a second watch, but you are left a little bit with some of those nagging questions. But it's just so fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we just hope so badly that River gets with that folksy provincial girl and they get married in that folksy provincial really nice house that that family owns somehow.
Yeah, their garden was amazing.
I don't know how they own that house because the dad is what, like a hotel owner or something?
Well, they do live like way out in the country though.
Yeah, still looks expensive.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Next week, who knows?
Season 3.
Okay.
Okay, bye.